Alright, trend again. 5th time recording this video. So, finally the charts seem to be working. I'm just going to keep it on one screen. It's whatever's going on TC2000. It's not good. So, this is my setup. I'm long sideways. I'm doing nothing. Average volume is like a couple 100,000. So, we get a 10 million blast. So, what's that like? Times 10, like 70 times normal volume on this day, and then it's kind of a couple days, basically to set up a multi-day level. That's what I noticed, and so just wanted to see trigger be like consolidation above this level, since we kind of already opened up and went up. It's kind of like gave me some cause for pause. I just wanted to see it, really prove itself to me and consolidate above the level. So if it doesn't do that, then I won't be concerned about it. Square, you're talking about trading in the range. So obviously, once it gets out of this range, bumping this like 1, 2, 3 touch level, making lower highs into it. So if we went green to red today, that would be a trigger for me to pay attention. So Riot obviously has been an uptrend, but some weakness right here at the all-time high. So getting Cobell levels, basically change your character, and then maybe looking to get short this, below this 32 level. You could have called this a hover above the level, I guess. Hovering at the prior day's low. Something like that. Frustrating. This was my charts weren't working right at this time. But I mean, I'm not saying I want to trade this, but at least this is a potential entry. And then flag, continuation entry. So just gonna wait, see if it gives me a nice sideways area to get in. Oops. That's frustrating going back after my full screen. Exit, obviously, I like what you said about the break. So, or just that the setup is just this being in play. And so now we got a narrow range day after kind of breaking out of this little channel. So just looking for below 1250, and then too many lines going over here. The volume's kind of definitely not as good as it once was. VRX above 2160, or just kind of hovering near 2160. TC2000. So I guess I don't really know is this enough to be a change of character, or not a change of character, just to be considered like weakness in the background, closing way down off the highs these 2 days and then getting below these lows. Maybe anticipating the backside, but what are the signals? I guess that would definitely be one. It's in here. 50 cents. So we'll wait for Riot to set us up something. Alright. Yeah, this was the pre-market mover, huh? So yeah, get above the pre-market high. And start hovering at it, I guess. Maybe you could went long in there. You know. Yeah, so long sideways, volume in play. You know, it kind of sucked that it gapped way up, but once again, doesn't mean we cannot trade it. So. A real pre-market volume, and then once we got above the level, we could look for place to control risk. Should I close my list of? I was trying to free up. Pre-market list. I'm pretty sure that's where NTXV came from. No, I think I just got a volume scan from the prior day. I'm pretty sure that's what it was too. Anyway. So yeah, basically. I can't remember if I talked about XNet, but just you mentioned that just the stock being in play is the setup, right? So it just determines stock selection. So basically, you got this narrow range inside day, and so it's kind of hovering above a prior, over under level, pretty obvious level. We call that an 8. So if we break through there, or higher, lower highs into it, or just whatever, hover, break, late day strong break, and then long consolidation, just like the usual trend continuation stuff. wait until maybe something on the 5-minute test itself. So in the first test of this level, so we started making, you know, going sideways right around this level, it'd be cool, or test up and make lower highs into it. Alright, so basically, okay, this is like when I would get emotional, right, chasing the move. Set the timer, 15 minutes. Come up and test the prior day's low. Can also be VWAP, prior intraday support. Where's the levels at? So setup is stock and play, weakness in the background. Trigger is hovering above the prior day, the 3 days range low, with all the weakness in the background. The setup, and just obviously super in play sector. So haven't really done the wide range ATR yet. Just looking at the prior support, there's resistance right there. Enter there. There is so much. BRX 2160, which is what we're waiting for. Or like maybe touch it and hover underneath. But for all these, man, I mean, I like the hover. The hover is good. I just think definitely more confidence when we break it and hold sideways above it. That's my favorite one, if we had to pick one. Right, it's definitely the play of the day. Just gotta hang tight and see where we can control. So yes, about 8 more minutes, so just lack of price rejection from this level. So far so good. We just keep kind of hanging out around it. You know, might throw in a short, risk all the way up to VWAP. And I'm just gonna wait. So look away and look at this until it's time. So I think maybe I was really confused just about like trend continuation trades versus like a resistance failing trade in a trend, you know. I really think that's the difference. Really trying it like MGTI. You know, this is a trend continuation trade, like in the impulse move up, right? BRX from this other day was more of a. This is a trend continuation trade too, but it's not really like. You know, it's not like these trend continuation trades, and I think that distinction is something, you know, totally different. And maybe something I had confused, you know, long before in my brain. So, something to think about. something else, Twitter above. Yeah, kind of this level marked here, but we're a couple bars outside of Keltner. We've been up past 11 bars. 3 have been red. And coming off a 22% move, which isn't too crazy, but so maybe we could get like a blow off little wide range here, but just wait. That's what we're waiting to see how it reacted to this prior level. It might have been, also you could say failure at that level could have been a setup for a counter trend trade, given all the other facts I just stated there. He just like sends me waiting for this timer to break down, but it's gonna wait. Aside from this, it's like the only thing I saw in play. So, I mean, you could have called that right there, right long sideways. So fucking around staring at right, missed that. Risk $1. Who knows where this is gonna stop? Anytime there are a bunch of halts going on, I always get fucked up. It makes me not look at the chart objectively. We're definitely, consolidating in the top, percent of the move. Do I risk a way to be out there? Maybe not. Definitely gonna risk, maybe risk $1. Was happy to have caught, didn't trade it obviously, but I saw that something was going on in this early on. We talked about the pre-market being the reason, the pre-market level, had the level marked, traded through there, so now, just that plan of like watching it consolidate and get tight. And so this is a situation where, measured move, so be in and out like pretty quick. If you just took that little risk right there, or another $2, it's a pretty crazy risk reward. Maybe even here. Timer for Riot. Alright, so holy shit, 15 minutes went by and I didn't die. And so lack of price rejection at this level. I think I was going to go short here and put my stop just right above this level. So it's risk $1. And woof. This happened to me next net. I don't know if they're just, if like TC2000 can't get the borrows, there's just none left. It says there's 10 million afloat, so I don't know. frustrating. So, you know, hard work paying off. And didn't get paid per se, but the work itself is enough. So here, you know, where do you call this thing stopping? It's obviously going absolutely crazy. It has a lot, and you know, the long base, the volume. You know, where do you say this is enough? One day, you know, if we don't have a change of character and we come down here and touch this, I don't know. Blockchain shit going up like 700%. You know, and like elephant. I mean, I guess that should show you anything's possible, right? So. I'm still pretty good on the way out there. Now, timing the entry is the. I don't know if you get another one of these. It's long sideways. If I can't short right, it's gonna make me pretty upset. But hey, I waited 15 minutes, I didn't die. Look at that. Who knew? Who knew? Throw this on the focus list. Calling the next CD out to my buddy right on the open. I mean, 32, and then 2 focused on Riot to notice this. So this is the trade of the day, not Riot. Drive. Oh. Okay, we're just kind of nearing that, nearing the 11 o'clock in the morning time, where I'd usually cut off the video. Just clearly what we saw, you know, staring at this chart when I easily could have, you know, so one thing, great, set the timer, totally great, but, you know, I should have known that I couldn't get shorts in this. It was definitely a thought I had even before I went short it. I definitely think this would be a great spot to enter right now if I could short, so at least going through the process, definitely improved right there. And then, you know, hard work of finding a stock in pre-market with a pre-market level, had a plan, you know, didn't trade it, so missed this, but did all the work to get here. And I think next time it's just like, you know, not focusing so much on this. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, my charts are kind of going haywire on the open, but I was definitely focused on this and Riot instead of just like, you know, looking over. But so that's kind of what we talk about for stock selection. So we hold above the level 30 minutes, you know, just see that high consolidation, just like what it looks like in the moment. Yeah, A plus right there. So we got 95% of the way, just didn't get to enter this. If we, you know, consolidate some more after this halt, kind of just like after this halt, and we went sideways for a good period of time, I might, you know, throw a position on this, but I'm just gonna wait for some consolidation here. See if we can get an area, because obviously the trend's still, you know, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. The volume is still pretty good, so as long as we don't get some huge change of character now, might throw this in. But I'm gonna cut this video off later.